Jordan Hawkins knows about get out the vote efforts as president of the Ohio Young Black Democrats. He pushes back on the idea that Democrats either need to try to lure in moderate voters and stay away from identity politics or lean into more progressive positions.
I think we're presenting a false choice. I think when you look at the connective tissue of what binds everyday Ohioans, from people like myself who reside in Columbus to folks who reside in Lima, where unfortunately our soon-to-be speaker resides. What you look at is folks who they want to get by. They want to be able to make ends meet. They want to be able to pay their rent. They want to be able to get into that house. They want to be able to protect their crops. They want to be able to be represented in a labor union. They want to see their wages go up and for it to be, again, congruent with where prices are going up. That is something that connects all of us. I can keep going. We can talk about healthcare. We can talk about education. The bread and butter issues and kitchen table issues that connect all of us are not things that are just about, Republican voters or Democratic voters or independent voters. This is all of us. And so you're asking me where we need to go with Ohio and just kind of what are the issues we need to focus on going forward. Let's continue to present a message for the working class. Let's be better at that as Democrats and as folks who, again, are just caring about everyday working people. Let's talk about education. Let's talk about healthcare, because those are the things that Ohioans, no matter where you live at, care about and what matters. And so I think that, we can't make a choice between we got to go more moderate or we got to go more progressive. Let's talk about things that everybody cares about and we know we can do better at, which is helping everyday people make ends meet, no matter where they live.
Democrats need the big counties in Ohio to win. And in Franklin County, turnout was 65.5%. That's lower than the 69%, almost 70% turnout. But it got worse when you looked at other counties. Cuyahoga County, 64% turnout. Hamilton, 67%. Lucas, 61%. How do you energize those voters and get them to turn out in the bigger numbers you need to win Ohio?
I think it takes off-year programming. And again, we have to change a little bit of the culture, as I put it, in terms of ways that we're engaging with our constituents. I mean, again, you look at all those counties you named, we have a lot of Democrats and people who are in control of a lot of the local politics in these areas. And these are great public servants. These are great, dedicated people. I've worked with many of them, definitely helping them out with their campaigns and also just organizing on the issues that they care about. Let's make sure in the off years that we are continuing this fight, continuing this engagement. What are we doing on the official side of our things that we're translating when it comes time for the election along those issues that I talked about before, which are kitchen table issues that cut through with everybody. And that clearly the message that was sent was that trumps all. Right? No pun intended. That is, of course, no pun intended with that man. But that is something that, again, I believe that we need to try to focus on in order to get more of our folks engaged. We can talk about, again, rightfully so, Frank LaRose's voter suppression policies and the General Assembly Republicans who like to manipulate ballot language and fix elections with districts that are illegal. But at the end of the day, what we have to do is focus on the good people we have in our communities, counties, cities, make sure we're talking to our constituents and make sure they're engaged in the civic process on years and off years, as we call them.
2026 is just around the corner. You got a lot of offices that are up for grabs this time. Where did the candidates come from, and how can you start working on 2026 now?
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, I think we have a bench. We have a bench here in Ohio. I think it's just about folks taking that step and making sure that